Hi, and welcome back to AI in 5. I'm your host, Simon Chris. Joining me today from Israel is Dr. Tomer Sidi. Now, Tomer is the Chief AI Officer for 10ACES Biosciences, and we're going to be talking about the use of AI in biology and drug design. Hi, Tomer. Welcome to AI in 5. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me, Chris. Sam.
No problem. I answer to both. That's fine. Let's jump right into this topic because, man, I'm excited about this one. So your area of speciality is how AI is used in drug design and things like that. Please tell us how this happens.
Well, when we think about AI nowadays, the first thing that comes into mind is ChatGPT, image and video generation, and numerous other applications, right? But when we look under the hood, it's all statistical models, algorithms, and optimization on a lot of data. And those same tools can be for scientific discovery. For example, in biology, we have tons of data, like cells data, DNA, proteins, and a lot of other data modalities. And if we consider that for a moment, like DNA and proteins are all small molecules that are connected to each other, that can be represented as a sequence of letters, or essentially a string or a sentence, like a language.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. So we can use the same tools to study those sequences and then analyze them in a very sophisticated way. Wow. So, and now we're at the tipping point to use those tools to generate new proteins, understand mutations, and even reduce the time and cost it takes to generate a new medicine. So, yeah. So it's a very exciting time to be part of that. And this is why I joined the 10ACES Biosciences with the AN Lab venture studio to design small molecules that target a specific system of in our body for target degradation, to reduce the amount of proteins that make illnesses in our body. So to rational drug design such molecules and produce medicines for things that we couldn't do before.
And is it we couldn't do them because it just took too long, or there was just patterns that we as humans weren't capable of seeing but AI can find?
Well, it's both, because if you consider the space or the amount of molecules that exist, if you just brute force it, like trial and error, each of the molecules, it would take forever. So there are instances of finding those stuff, but still, when we use those systems, we can do it much faster and much better.
Yeah. Wow. And do you interact with your AI systems like people interact with ChatGPT? Like, are you asking this system literally through a prompt to go and find me this or do this? Or is it a deeper level of coding?
Well, it's the same tools, it's the same machine statistical models, but they are trained on different data. So it's not trained on language specifically. Though you can combine them eventually, like doing agents that use different tools, and then create a big system that employs different models. But that's for later, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. And what's the most fascinating thing that what the most breakthrough thing that AI has done in this field for you?
Well, I don't know if you know, but a few years ago, there was AlphaFold came out, AlphaFold 2, that in the CASP tournament that I was a part of.
Okay.
And essentially show that it can be done to take a sequence and produce structures, even on proteins that doesn't have close ones in the data that we have.
Okay.
So it was a really breakthrough that actually what it did, it fed the appetite for other AI engineers or biologists that want to get into AI and produce a lot of more these kind of models. And then the field just exploded with the amount of people that working on those kind of systems.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, believe it or not, we're already at 5 minutes. This could go on for 2 hours, this discussion. Before you go, I ask everybody the same question. What would be your one, for someone who is so deep in AI, what would be your one tip for someone just starting their AI journey?
Well, I think we should differentiate between using or apps of AI that will essentially be more and more intuitive because that's what people do,
Yep.
and developing those kind of models. And if you want to develop, and I think it's the most interesting part, I think you should invest in the math and statistics and to learn a little bit about what's happening under the hood to understand better how to train those models.
Yeah, fantastic advice for anybody that's got kids in high school and going into uni. Focus on the maths and statistics.
Yeah.
Tomer, thank you so much for being a part of AI in 5.
Thank you for inviting me.